weeks of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford. Stafford going to throw from the outset. He'll get this one to Kupp complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. Showed a good move, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. On 2nd and 15 now. Stafford, and the hook up here to Allen Robinson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Stafford. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Man open is Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Stafford on 1st down. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring in 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A give up the middle to Akers. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Leonard Floyd able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right. And
looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the 50 at Stafford. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, you get man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now Stafford. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Myers' kick is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. The numbers for Sanders last week, there isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for first. The Eagles at 2-3 here to begin the new season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Leonard Floyd, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 12-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Sanders. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action.
Touchdown! Quez Watkins, his first touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. On third down, here's a run by Akers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going right back to Akers. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Stafford now to throw. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
The quick slant caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Going for it with Sanders. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And this Rams defense comes up with a goal line stand. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives. Akers hit. He coughs it up. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the LA offense. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 20. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He'll take it at the 42. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying, make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flushed out right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Left side here to Sanders. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a 1st down.
They'll run with Sanders, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford, open man is Higbee, the tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st down at Stafford. They'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot before the break, Stafford. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's got room. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders down to the 22-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to pound that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 22, Hurts. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Let's go now.
Sanders will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll go again here with Akers. Always got some breathing room. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll run on first down with Akers. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Stafford. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball in his hands.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Out is Myers for the Seahawk field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Myers' kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see it back. Just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 121 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Sanders toss left side. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Kick catching the fair catch.
A little too amped up there. Got to him before he had a chance to catch it.
Another example of players in tough spots getting the protection that they deserve. Got to make sure that he's able to catch the ball before you get to him.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this offense on third down today, 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll go again with Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes. They've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now. Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be forced to dive forward just to get back to the line of scrimmage. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Back to throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by Elliott is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. On first down, Stafford here. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Stafford. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 172 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Running right, here's Sanders. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. L.A. readies for its next possession. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out. This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson.
Here we go.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Holding. Offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Throwing again is Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Another run with Sanders. Oh, and that one well designed, as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Here we go. Here we go.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today,